But the game tomorrow is something we got to talk about. And the Fever, I think, have a really, really good chance of ending the New York Liberty's undefeated record. The Fever have a really good chance. And in my opinion, the Fever have as good a chance as anybody. Because if you guys don't know, the New York Liberty are not in a good spot right now. Didn't read Super Chat. Did I not? Apologies. Just type it in, not Super Chat, and I'll read it. Type it in as a message, and I'll read your message. Don't worry. I did miss that, unfortunately. I do want to apologize if I did that. But the New York Liberty are very they're not strong. They're not strong compared to how they have been this year. They're down 2 starters, and not only that, they're down their glue. They're down their glue starters, which are their most important starters, by the way. You can win a game without one of Breanna or Stewie, because the other two, or the other players, the glue players can step up and the other one can step up. They won a title with Breanna shooting 1 for 19. However, the New York Liberty are down multiple players. So the Liberty right now, Rebecca Gardner's been doing okay. Niara Sabally is not fully healthy. Niara is not healthy. She's not going to Eurobasket because her legs cannot take, her body will not be able to take Eurobasket. She is currently still rehabbing. So she's not 100% healthy. She's still slightly in rehab, and she's going to have to play huge minutes at center. Natasha Cloud's Linsanity run is over. She's still a lockdown defender, but her Linsanity run is over. 5, 8, 5, 4, 8, 0, 7 points. While averaging about 5 assists, averaging like 4.5 assists per game. Her Linsanity run's over. Izzy Harrison is going to get cooked even by Natasha Howard. Maureen Johannes is a bench player. The one thing they have is Kennedy Burke, who is a 2-3, who's a big 2-3, playing center. Kennedy Burke is playing center. She's playing center. Like, I don't think people realize that. Kennedy Burke has to play backup center. So, when Niara Sabally, who can't play that many minutes, it's going to be either a wing or Izzy Harrison guarding the Aaliyah Boston pick and roll. Imagine Izzy Harrison trying to guard the Caitlin Clark Aaliyah Boston pick and roll. They couldn't guard it with John Quell. Aaliyah had 27. They couldn't guard it with the best big defender not named Alana Smith. The best pick and roll defender not named Alana Smith in the league. And with the switchability, and they're also down Leonie Febish. They are down the most versatile, underrated player in the league. And I mean this, I would take the super role player over the inefficient shot chucker. I would take the player that gives you a 7.5 out of 10 every time she sets foot on the floor over a player that gives you a 9 out of 10 some games and a 6 out of 10 other games. I ranked her as my fifth best wing. I ranked her as my 5th best wing in the WNBA, and I stand by that. I believe she is the 5th best wing in the WNBA. They're down her. This team, Caitlin's back. This team has no depth. They're losing all of their depth. This team can't guard the pick and roll. They cannot guard the pick and roll. They cannot guard the CCAB pick and roll. And they don't have the post-up presence either. Yes, Stewie could go for 30. Breanna could go for 30 any given game. But you have to just live with that. You have to live with top-tier players doing top-tier player things. You live with it. You absolutely live with it. And look, the thing is that do they have any firepower outside of them two? Not really. Is their defense great? Not really. This team's 2 best defenders are not there. So their 2 best defenders aren't there. Their 2 best shooters, 2 of their 3 best shooters, I'm not going to disrespect Breanna, but 2 of their 3 best shooters are gone. Their two best defenders aren't there. Their best rebounder isn't there. Their best player, arguably, in Jonquel isn't there. Yes, they have their two best scorers, sure. But, like, if the Fever lose... Like, if Caitlin Clark is in any way healthy and Stephanie White wants to run, you have got a post-injury... You've got a post-injury Rebecca Gardner, who, albeit, has been good. She shot the lights out. She cannot keep up. Niara Sabally cannot keep up with this team running. Markeisha Davis is not good enough to see the floor. Natasha Cloud, we saw it against the Mercury last year. Natasha Cloud does not have 40 minutes of guarding CC in her. She doesn't. And they don't have a backup. If I see Kennedy Burke guarding Caitlin Clark and Caitlin Clark standing in the corner, I might stop watching. If I watch what happened the last game of Kennedy Burke guarding CC and Kennedy Burke and then Caitlin Clark being told to go stand in the corner by her coach. If we see any more of that, I might just lose my damn mind. I might lose my damn mind if that happens. But I don't think it will. I don't think it will because they've lost like that. They lost like that. They play bad when they don't run. Like, unless Stephanie White I don't think she's a bad coach. And I understand coaches revert to their like what they've had success with, which is slow down ball. There is no way that Caitlin goes stand in the corner after how garbage they've been without Caitlin Clark is going to happen. Like, there's no way it happens because Kennedy freaking Burke is their secondary guarder of Caitlin Clark. Their secondary defender of Caitlin Clark is going to be Kennedy Burke. After Natasha Cloud, it is going to be Kennedy Burke. They are not dumb enough to put Marinja Johannes, Sabrina Ionescu on her. Maybe Rebecca Gardner for some minutes for length. Maybe Jalen Sherrod to just run around and try annoy her. Maybe Markeisha Davis sees the floor. But it's unlikely. It's unlikely Markeisha Davis sees the floor. This is a game. This Fever, not only are the Liberty down 2 starters, the Fever have arguably their strongest team out. Considering the fact, look, I understand if the Fever want to win a title, DeWanna Bonner is extremely important for that. I understand that. I'm not going to make that argument. DeWanna Bonner is huge for winning a title. But DeWanna Bonner has not been great this year. She's not been. Especially in games that the Fever have won, she's not been good. She's had a few decent games in losses. She's not been good in games they've won. She has not been great this year. So for that reason, like, I think getting Sophie Cunningham in is an upgrade. Unfortunately, Ari McDonald's gone. But, like, this is the day where the New York Liberty lose their undefeated streak. This is the day. And I mean this. If the Dream are going to do it, like, the Dream are going to beat them if the Fever don't. And this is what we see what they're made of. Like, who's going to guard Stewie? Thought Natasha Howard did a pretty good job of it last time. When Natasha Howard wants to, she can defend. When she wants to, she can guard. And she's going to have to want to. So Ari McDonald, as far as I'm aware, is officially gone. They've reached their 10-player quota. But yeah, they have to. Like, she is officially gone. She's officially gone. Like, they literally cannot keep her. As long as Sophie Cunningham plays, they cannot keep her.